baby hairs on swim. Hi everyone. Just wanna put out a disclaimer. Future X is here. The content that you're gonna see in the next couple of minutes is content that I had filmed a couple weeks ago. Basically, it's not gonna be me in the same video. How can you tell? Well, I took out my braids here. Yeah, and I still have my musty braids, and most of my ratchet nails are gone. Ratchet gang. I had filmed the whole entire It's Time to Stop series in like an hour and 40 minutes. So it was about 2 hours long. Therefore, it's a pretty hefty and dense video, and so I thought for the sake of, you know, having more content to post on my YouTube channel, maybe splitting them up into 3 separate sections. So you should be getting part 2 of It's Time to Stop, and that should have like 4 or 5 things that I'm going to be ranting about what we need to stop on, and then from there the next video will come up be posted in the upcoming weeks. It's a different format that I'm used to, but what I'm trying to do is like batch edit a lot of content just to make sure that it's there, so I have it to edit and I don't have to worry about filming over the week. But yeah, enjoy the video and enjoy part 2 of things that it's time to stop on. So this is a little bit wordy, but let me expand on what I mean by this. Stop being loud and wrong, but acting like what you said is the truth or is right. Stop it, okay? What do I mean by this? I'm talking about, and this is normally, again, this is some shit that Ye's on, but also like just celebrities in general, once they get a little bit of money or a little bit of notoriety or clout or influence, okay, they start speaking with conviction about ideas and rhetoric that is just plain old wrong. It's just wrong. A good example that comes to mind is Akon on the ZZ Mills show saying that Nick Cannon should have 11, and Nick Cannon's in this too, don't worry. Nick Cannon having 11 kids and defending it like it's something that should be okay, and then just casually squeezing in how it is anti-black to be there for your child through recitals and sports games as a father. What was
comfortable? No, but what about the kids though?
What about them?
Because this is what I mean about men, right? You guys think that just having kids and giving money is enough, but what about the time?
He's there for every one of them.
How? There's no way that you can.
Are you serious?
Are
Nick is there for every single one of those kids.
There's no way that you can have.
Yes,
12
it is.
kids.
I got 9. And I'm there for every one of mine.
So every single time you're at every single recital?
No, that's a white man's thing. Who gives a fuck about a recital?
What's going on? It's time to stop listening to those who speak with so much conviction that they forget they're wrong. It's just time for that. There is nothing right about what Akon said in that video clip. There is nothing right, there is nothing correct about anything he said. And if you really listen to what is going on, right? Like if you really listen, like Nick Cannon, before he was struggling with his 10 or 11 boat of children, a bunch of his stands were saying it, right? He's young, he's not getting any older or any younger. He has enough money. If he has enough money, he can take care of these kids. It's fine, blah, blah, blah. You understand that you're pushing single parenthood, right? You're pushing single families, right? You understand that when you defend Akon mentioning that it is anti-black for men to physically be present in their kids' lives, you are creating a dysfunctional family household. You get that, right? Like, before we go listening to these podcasts, okay? Before we go listening to a millionaire of color try and tell us what he thinks is right and what he thinks is the truth, all right? Let's do some research on our own. Let's pick up some books. Let's read some books. Let's look at some articles. Let's look at some stats, okay? And let's not look at the stats that these podcasters are telling you. Let's actually look at some serious stats on like how neglecting your child in a household can ultimately affect their psyche. I don't care if the parent is out of the house and is somehow able to co-parent with the parent in the house, or if the parent is in the house and isn't able to physically give their child their time. Both are wrong and both need to be addressed. We need to stop listening to people who act like they're right about things that they are so clearly wrong about. What Akon said on the ZZ Mills shows had me all the way effed up. If you think that that is a sentiment to live by, where you make a stronger child by not being in their life and not being present in their life, get some help. You understand the cycle, right? Like, you understand the cycle. When there is a lack of a parent in the household, then the kid starts looking for other sources of that parental figure. And then that 16-year-old kid suddenly finds himself on a Debate Bros channel debating why Andrew Tate, the alleged sex trafficker, is an okay dude, and somehow ends up in the red pill pipeline talking about anti-Semitism rhetoric. You see the cycle? Stop being loud and wrong. Stop being loud and wrong on the internet and stop speaking like you're right. Pick up a book, do some research. End of story. I'm done with core aesthetics. Like, I'm actually done with core aesthetics. What I mean is, when TikTok got started and everyone wanted to rebrand it to a specific aesthetic, it started with cottagecore, then we got to dark academia. Like, for those of you who don't know what a core or an aesthetic is, it's basically like a way of looking or of dressing or obtaining a certain style that best fits your personality. And since the rise of TikTok, there has been an influx of aesthetics, and is ultimately the reason why fashion trends are cycling so quickly. I would say right now in the 2020s, because everyone's like super nostalgia, we are still captivating the early 2000s. 8-year-old me would be proud. However, there is a cycle of other aesthetics coming in. For example, 2010s Tumblr is coming back, cottagecore is still a thing, Y2K core, all the cores and the aesthetics are like cycling, okay? This is the cycle. The wheels are spinning. I'm here to tell you right now, we need to stop. It's time to end the cycle. Not everything is an aesthetic, because it started with cottagecore. I get, like, you're like a little homey person that likes to make bread from scratch and go mushrooming on the weekends. Like, I get that, right? And you like plants and everything, and you wear floral dresses. Cool. Then you got fairy grunge, and you know, they're into like the more grittier version of like fairy core, which is more like gaudy, bright, and pretty. Think Winx Club, but on, and I say, think Winx Club, but on sparkly angel pixie dust. That's fairy core, and now goth it up a bit, and that's like fairy grunge core. Then we got into like aesthetics like whimsigoth, which y'all really don't want to hear my hot take about whimsigoth. If you wanted to just ransack through the thrift store, just say that. Like, you're not fooling anybody with whimsigoth. Then we got like crazy cores and aesthetics like Twilight core and Vampire Diaries aesthetic. And I'm just like, to create an aesthetic, like a lookbook. Let me scoot in for this one. Y'all are making whole lookbooks of outfits that you were able to find in Burlington Coat Factory circa 2008 to 2012. I need y'all to let that sink in for a bit. That is not a lookbook. That's just clothes. There is no core and there is no aesthetic for Twilight, for Vampire Diaries, or for any TV show adaptation of a young adult novel featuring vampires and werewolves. So just stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen. That is not the move. It's called clothing, okay? And we can talk about the lack of diversity and body sizes within these aesthetics. The aesthetics of Twilight and Vampire Diaries don't really rely on other races along with other body sizes. It's a very niche type of group of people can be included in this aesthetic, but I'm here to tell you that that is not an aesthetic and that is not a core, okay? What that is, they're clothes, okay? They're just clothes, all right? That's Burlington Coat Factory, sweetheart. That's Marshall's around 2006. That's Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, and American Eagle coupled with Aeropostale around 2004, my loves. That is not an aesthetic. That is just regular clothes, right? Henleys aren't this groundbreaking fashion trend. Skinny jeans aren't either, coupled with a pair of Converses. All right, stop. Okay? To piggyback off of that, bimbo core is just the McBling era of 2003. Bimbo core isn't an aesthetic, sweetie. It's McBling. Call it what it is, all right? There's some more. Stargirl. Oh, this is a new aesthetic that I just discovered like a couple weeks ago. I want to say like in December. Stargirls is just the Americanized version of the messy French girls, so American girls don't feel left out. That's not an aesthetic. Don't sit here and tell me that your gaudy sweatshirt with like a star logo on it is somehow making you different and quirky from the messy French girls, and you just wearing a bunch of sparkles in lieu of a little black dress with like lace thigh highs makes you different from the messy French girl with the red lipstick on and the black dress with lace thigh highs. Stop lying to yourselves, y'all. Stop naming all of these things aesthetics and cores. They're not. They really aren't. They're all just overlapping each other. I remember like doing a nosedive into the cores and realizing that messy French girl, rockstar girlfriend, and the femme fatale aesthetic all overlap each other, coupled with the Stargirl aesthetic. Who is making up these cores and aesthetics? It's driving me crazy. Is there like a council of people in TikTok just like randomly making these aesthetics up? Because it's insane. Pinterest isn't doing it, because I didn't find out about Stargirl till I went on YouTube and just like the Stargirl aesthetic was a thing. I don't know. Is it like a holiday seasonal thing? Like, I mean, spring's approaching. What's gonna be the core for spring outside of cottagecore? Is it gonna be like daffodil core? I don't know. There's too many cores. Ballet sleeves isn't a real aesthetic. Stop it with the cores. Let's move on. I'm gonna get some more water for this one because I want to make sure I'm wording this correctly, because I'm probably gonna step on some toes. The black gender war needs to stop. It's time. It is 8:52 p.m. and it is time to stop. The black gender wars are what is killing the black community. Granted, it is safe for us to hold each gender accountable for where we have messed up, but not in the way you think it is. What y'all want to be mad at is you want to be mad at black men who have left and abandoned the family in lieu of the black women who had to painstakingly support the kids in the household. And black men want to be mad at the idea that these women who had to raise these black kids in a household neglected of a father, didn't do it the right way, maybe took shortcuts, if welfare even is that much of a shortcut, was a little bit harder on their sons, was a little bit harder on their daughters, maybe caused more turmoil and internally and physically abused the kids. Sure, great, whatever. You can be mad at those things, but you don't do any favors pointing the fingers at each other. What y'all are really mad at, and I'm doing my best not to use any buzzwords right now, what y'all are really mad at is a community led by masculine standards. And if you know what I'm trying to say, okay? Thumbs up to you, because I'm trying so hard not to use buzzwords. I'm gonna like simple it down a little bit more. What y'all are really mad at, black folks, is a community, is a structure led by male standards of Caucasian descent. You're mad at it. No problems are being solved in all of these spaces that have somehow fallen into my lap. And when I say fallen into my lap, let's just have a conversation about the YouTube Shorts algorithm from a couple weeks ago, okay? They were literally falling into my lap, okay? A lot of this anti-black men, anti-black women rhetoric, all right? I don't know if it's just a little accessory to the divine feminine in the black manosphere. It's weird. Y'all are not solving your problems in the way you think you are. Y'all are finger pointing the issue when you really want to be finger pointing at the systemic problems that cause this all to be here. We are really all just yelling at each other, hoping that some sort of solution will come to fruition, and it will not. If we keep yelling at each other and pointing the blame and looking up to people like Kevin Samuels and divesting ourselves into the pink pill community, we're not gonna solve any problems whatsoever. What we're going to do is make things 10 times worse and then project our self-hatred onto our future generations. Another thing I want to bring up, which is incredibly important, this is like really important because I need y'all to like latch onto this. What happened to table talk? What happened to keeping things like hush hush? What happened to gatekeeping conversations within the community by not having these conversations outside of the community? Why do you feel the need to have such strong opinions about the opposite sex and then push it to the mainstream? Push it to where everybody else can see it. Let's take it a step further. Push it to where non-Black people are now observing and digesting this information and regurgitating it back onto the opposite gender of your community. Do you know how dangerous that is? Because now it's not about Uncle Larry and Uncle Martin talking about how Black women are difficult, okay? And now it isn't about Aunt Keisha and Aunt Linda talking about how Black men are just so stubborn and angry and the reason why a lot of Black boys end up the way they do. Okay, now it's not about that. Now it's Larry and Steven coming in, feeling moved and compelled to moderate whole ass debates on why Black women hate Black men.
Everybody chill. Wait. Hold on real quick, because there's a good conversation that can happen here if we allow it, okay? Anna.
No, I'm done with her. Steven,
Chill. Wait. Chill. Treat. You guys are. Stop. Listen. Anna, wait, real quick. Anna, wait, hold on, wait, real quick. Anna, Tree doesn't disagree with you, okay? Tree's.
I don't give a fuck about her.
Okay.
I'm asking you, why is there a matriarchy in the Black community?
Now it is Rebecca and Sarah going on podcasts dedicated to Black manosphere spaces, trying to moderate and preach their rhetoric to other Black women on behalf of their wishes.
Stop. Michael, stop. Okay, 30 seconds, then Michael, you can go.
I'm talking, she's talking. Look at me and look at her. You're going to tell me Africans are the best.
Wait.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. Nonsense. Come on.
Okay.
So you said look at.
Do you know how weird that is? Do you know what you're doing? You're not helping the Black community. You're making it worse. You're not holding anybody accountable. You're just projecting your insecurities and your self-hatred out into the ether. Other races are observing this stuff and they're seeing that we look like a bunch of fools. I'm gonna say it. Not every Black man is toxic, okay? Not every Black man is toxic, and not every Black man thinks that Kevin Samuels is their substitute father, okay? Not every Black woman is the reason why you are the way you are, Black men, okay? Not every Black woman is the welfare ghetto ratchet queen that you want her to be to explain the reason as to why you have such bad luck with Black women. You guys need to stop this. I'm telling you, Rebecca and Larry now know the deal within the Black community, and it's getting weird. I shouldn't be watching proxy white YouTuber on a bleak afternoon and them still casually say, yeah, it's really unusual that Black men always have to say how much they don't like Black women. Like, it's so weird. Seriously, we gotta do better. We do. I mean, I'm sorry. Y'all gotta stop. I said what I said. I'm done. Pulling out the water bottle. I'm done. Hello, everyone. It's me again from the future access. That ends the part 2 series of my It's Time to Stop series. I really hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I was touching on some kind of serious topics, but I don't know. Be sure to like and subscribe. It always helps. Remember to drink water, guys. Bye.